Welcome to another Tech Help video brought to you by AccessLearningZone.com. I am your instructor, Richard Rost. In today's video, I'm going to teach you how to build switch forms, navigation forms, and custom menu forms in your Microsoft Access databases. Today's question comes from Charlotte in Auckland, New Zealand, one of my Platinum members. Charlotte says, what is the best way to create an interface for my users to navigate the different forms and reports in my database? Switchboard, navigation forms, or something else? Well, Charlotte, I've personally always been preferential to the something else. I like to build my own custom menu forms, and I'm going to show you how to do that a little bit later on. But first, let me show you the switchboard and the navigation forms. Now, like I had here on the opening slide, in old versions of Access, we had this thing called a switchboard, which looks like that. Then later on, I believe around Access 2010, they came out with navigation forms, and those are okay for beginner users. But I like making custom menu forms myself. I think these are the most flexible. You can control exactly the way they look, and when you get into programming and more advanced stuff, you have a lot more control over them. So I'm going to show you all three in this video. Now, before we get started, I'd like you to go watch my blank database template video. I have a blank template that I use for all my Tech Help videos, and this video shows you how I built that template. You can also download a free copy off my website. There's the address. I'll put a link down below in the description you can click on. But in that video, I show you the basics of how I like to set up my databases. For example, I don't like to use the tabbed interface. I like to use overlapping windows. And I will actually show you how to make a real simple main menu with a custom menu form in that video. So go watch that first, then come back here and I'll teach you about switchboards, navigation forms, and we'll do something extra with the main menu form. So go watch that first, then come on back. Okay, so here I am in the Tech Help free template. I've added a few things since you watched the initial blank video, but it's basically the same stuff. Here's the customer list. You can either click on Open Customer down here, or you can double-click here where it's blue. That'll open it up the same way. We've got an order form here. You can find this in my invoicing template. And again, that's a free video. I'll put a link down below. All right, we got our contacts over here. These are all just buttons that open up other forms. All right, the customer form, customers with contacts, that's a subform. And as you can see, I've got my own custom menuing system here. Now, that's how I like to build it. But what if you want to go a little simpler? What if you want to just use the built-in navigation that comes with Access? What do? Well, there's two things you can do. You can either use the Switchboard Manager or a navigation form. Now, the Switchboard Manager goes way back. Access 2000 or 2003, I think, is when it first came out. And the Switchboard Manager lets you simply pick what forms you want to appear on a menu, and you can have multiple levels of nested menus if you want to. Now, the Switchboard Manager used to be under Database Tools, but it's not here anymore. They actually hid it, I think, in Access 2010. So in order to get to it, you have to add it to your quick access toolbar up here, which I already did. And you can find that by dropping this down, going to More Commands, go up to All Commands right here, and then scroll down till you find the Switchboard Manager wherever you are. Down here somewhere. All right, there. Right? Add it over here, and you'll see it's on my quick access toolbar already. Okay? So now, once you got that, you can click on this button, and it'll say, the Switchboard Manager was unable to find a valid switchboard in this database. Would you like to create one? Well, yeah, sure. That's why I clicked on you. So, yes. All right, this guy pops up. So these switchboard pages are basically a separate menu. You can have multiple pages in the switchboard. All right, so let's say the first switchboard is just your customer form and your contact form, all right? So here we're going to go edit to edit the main switchboard. Okay, the main switchboard right here. Items on this switchboard, let's add the customer form. So go new. What text you want to have in there? How about customers? And then you pick a command. Now the commands are open form and add mode, which means it's opening that form and putting you on a blank new record. Okay, edit mode, which means you can browse through all of them. There's open a report. Design application means you're actually in this interface to edit the switchboard. Okay. Exit application closes access, and you can run code or run a macro. So we're going to open a form in edit mode, let's say. What form do you want? Customer F. Hit OK. And there you go. Now on the main switchboard, you got the customers. All right, let's close this and see what we got so far. Close, close. And now you're going to find a switchboard items table, which nobody told the guys over at Microsoft that they didn't follow my naming conventions because I say no spaces in your table names, and they put a space in there. All right, and you'll also find a switchboard form down here. Now the switchboard form, if you open it up, looks like that. That's pretty bland. All right, now I mean I'm no graphic artist myself, but I think mine looks a little better. All right, that right there is a little button. You click on it, and there's your customer menu. Okay, that's not that difficult to use. Want to go back in there and make some changes, right? All right, here's the main switchboard. You can double click on it to edit it. Add a new button. All right, let's put the contacts on there. And yes, I realize that I'm just putting any old form on here. Okay, you'd want to obviously have things that are, related to each other on the same page. All right, open that guy up. Let's open up the contact form. All right, we can add another one. Invoices. Or orders, let's call it. Orders. All right, we can make this one open up in add mode. Right? How about add order instead? Like that. All right, whatever you want to have in here. There's the order F. All right, close it, and then open it up. Yeah, okay. It's not bad. And you can come in here and customize this look and feel a little bit. Right-click, design view. All right, you can make this bigger. You can change the colors. You can delete that background if you want to. And there's all kinds of stuff you can do in here. You can change. This is just a picture over here. All right, you can move these things around, change the fonts, all that stuff. I'm going to close this and not save changes, but you get the point. There's a switchboard items table too. Members in the extended cut video, I'll take you through this a little bit more on what this means. But basically, beginner users, you don't want to modify this by hand. Leave this alone. Use the Switchboard Manager. Want to add a second page, right? Go back into here. All right, add a new page. Let's call this the Manager's page. Or Manager menu, let's call it. Manager menu. Okay, and on the Manager menu, you'll double-click on this one. All right, now you'll put things on here that only the manager can do. So new, maybe like edit orders, for example. Okay, and you can go to edit and order F. Okay, and then I'll close that. Oh, wait, now we have to put that page. See, it's a little confusing. Now we have to put a link to that page on the main menu. So now on the main switchboard, add a new item. All right, and we'll call this Manager menu. And then we'll go to Switchboard, and then the Manager menu, and then hit OK. All right, you can move things up and move them down, like move them up and down in the order here if you want that on top or on the bottom. And then close, close. Now when you open this, there you go. There's your Manager menu. Click, and it opens up the Manager menu. And it just replaces the existing menu. Okay? And you could have another button on here to go back to the other one if you want to. And then if you want to use this as your startup form, you just go into the access options like I showed you in the blank database template and set that as your startup form. So that's the Switchboard Manager. It's okay. It's real simple. It's real basic. It gets the job done. Again, these are good for beginner users. They're not bad. They really have limitations, though, when you start getting into advanced design, if you want to become a developer. All right, my method gives you complete control over everything. If you use a switchboard or the navigation forms, which I'm going to show you in a moment, I find them harder to work with from a programming point of view than just building my own menu form from scratch. I like to be able to get under the hood and do exactly what I want and make it look exactly the way I want to make it look, whereas with these, you're a little more limited. Let's take a look at navigation forms. Now, around Access 2010, I think, they introduced something different called a navigation form, which is why the Switchboard Manager is hidden. It's still in there. You can still use it, obviously, but it's old school. Some people still like it, though. I still have clients send me databases every now and then that had switchboards in them. And surprisingly, on my website, switchboard is still a very popular search term. People are looking for it, so that's why I put this video together. People still want to learn how to use it. So the navigation forms, go under Create, and then in the Form section, you'll see Navigation right here. Now, navigation forms, it gives you a bunch of different ways to how do you want to control the interface. I personally like vertical tabs left. That looks like this. Okay? Now, basically what you got here is a form with a navigation control in it. All right, these are up here in the toolbox. You can add them manually if you want to. And then a subform over here. Now, the way this works is you pick something over here and it opens the form as a subform inside of the navigation form. Now, the main reason I don't like this is because as far as naming your forms go, if you want to have a query that refers to the customer form, now you got to treat it as a subform on the navigation form. It just turns into a pain. I really don't like it. I'm going to show you how to use it, but I personally don't like these. It's just my opinion. All right, so to add something here, you just grab it like customer form. You click and drag it right on that add new. See that? Boom, customer form. All right, contact form. Click, drag, boom, drop it there. All right. All right, when I click on these here, you can see them. When I move them around, click, drag, drop. Boom, just like that. All right, want to put something else, put the main menu on there. It doesn't matter. Okay, now when you save it, and all right, navigation form's fine. We're not keeping it. Close it, open it up, and there you go. Customer form, contact form, main menu form. See? That's okay. I just don't like it because, again, from an advanced database standpoint, if you make a query or another form, it's going to refer to these values. Now it's got to be forms, navigation form, subform name, dot form, exclamation point, customer. It just becomes it's a pain. It's a nightmare. You can do a double level navigation form too. That's kind of cool. So go to create, navigate. Oh, I hit form wizard by accident. I don't want that. Navigation. You could do horizontal tabs 2 levels, or you can do horizontal and vertical. That gets really confusing, I think, though. The horizontal tabs 2 levels is neat. All right, get rid of this. So you can do, with the 2 levels, you do like groups across the top, and then you do the forms at the bottom here. So across the top, let's say here, let's call this customer stuff. All right, and make that a little bit wider. And then over here, we'll make this manager stuff. Okay. Now you put your stuff down below. So the customer stuff, click, boom. Be careful where you drop it too. You got to grab it and click it and drop it right there. Don't drop it there. All right, drop it right there. Okay, and then maybe, I don't know, this guy. Click, drag, drop it there. All right, now go over to the manager stuff, and you could put like order F there. See? Order detail F maybe next to it, whatever. Okay, now when you save this, sure, close it, open it up. Now you got 2 levels here. See, you got the customer stuff with this stuff, and you got the manager stuff with these things under here. See? I don't know. It's kind of neat. It's okay. Again, it's just the naming conventions and stuff get all messed up, but the reason why they added this is because now it makes it easy for beginner users, for novices, to be able to make a way to navigate around the database. But I think this is nice and simple as it is. Just put command buttons on a form. Right? For some reason, they try to hide the fact that designing forms in Design View is nice and easy. It's not that hard. It takes, half an hour of training? Right? I cover a lot of how to do this in my Access Beginner 1 class. It's easy to do. I think the one major difference between Access and Excel is that with Excel, it's very easy for someone to sit down, just start plugging numbers in, maybe draw some, different controls, text boxes and circles, whatever, and you can just be productive and get up and running without knowing much, right? Obviously, it helps if you learn some functions like sum and average, but that's real simple. Whereas with Access, you'll get a lot more out of it if you take the time up front to learn how it works. Just a couple hours of training to understand the basics of tables and relationships and form design. Once you get a little bit of training under your belt, Access becomes a whole lot more powerful. It's not something you can just easily sit down and just start plugging away at, though, like Excel or Word. And, of course, another problem with using these built-in navigation forms is once you get into developer level stuff, again, this becomes notoriously difficult to code for. Okay? I mean, it's like, as you can see, it's easy to set up a nice little interface here, but I don't particularly care for it. That's just my opinion. If you like it, great, use it. So this finally brings you to a custom main menu like I developed in the blank video. Now, mine's really simple. It's a blank form, turn off the scroll bars, turn off the navigation buttons, the record selectors, right? We covered all this in the blank video. Drop command buttons on here to open up your customer list and all the other things, right? Customer form. All right, pretty straightforward. I promised you that I'd show you a cool trick that I haven't showed you before with something you can do in the main menu, and I will in just a moment. But first, let's go over, not an advertisement just yet. I'm not going to stick you with an advertisement like I do. Let me go over a couple of other free tech help videos that I have that add to enhancing your main menu. I've done a lot of different stuff that you can do to change your main menu form. All right, first there's the report list box video where I show you how to make a list box that has a list of your reports in it, so you could put those on the main menu instead of having to have different buttons for each report. You just simply put these in a table, and then you have one list box on your main menu, and you just pick the report you want and click print report. So if you got 15, 20 different reports, you don't have to have 15, 20 different buttons. You just put them all on a list. And I will put links to all these other videos down below in the links section. Then there's my dashboard form where I show you how to make a dashboard out of your main menu. So you've got a sales summary here, for example, right? The days, the weeks, the month sales, a little chart here. Okay, that's how to make a dashboard out of your menu. See, there's so much more you can do with custom menus than the navigation form and the switchboard easily lend themselves to. This is kind of related. This is making a splash screen like this thing here that pops up when you start the database before the database actually loads. I just wanted to throw that in because it's kind of neat. This is one of my favorite ones. I use it all the time in my database. My favorite customers list. Again, another list box with your favorite customers, your most recently viewed customers, okay, and the most viewed customers. And you could switch between those. And it'll show you like your top 10 most viewed customers, the ones you viewed recently. All right, that's pretty cool. That's something to put on your main menu. I've got a video titled Form Design Aesthetics where I teach you how to make cool-looking futuristic forms like this for your main menu or any other kind of form. Then when you're all done building your menu so it looks good, all right, and you're happy with it, watch my simple security video. I'll teach you security that's good enough for most trusted work environments. All right, you're not dealing with hackers, and this isn't FBI level security, but it's good enough to keep the average people out. We hide sensitive objects, we hide the navigation pane, we disable the full ribbon, that kind of stuff. And for members, I'll show you how to password protect stuff. It's pretty cool. Okay, so that's just some stuff you can do to enhance your main menu. And again, more reasons why you want to build menus like the way I do. Now, it's time for your special feature hidden trick. I didn't mention this in any of the text, so this is pretty cool. I show this in some of my beginner lessons, but a lot of people don't know this trick. Now, many of you, like me, are keyboard warriors. I hate to stop and have to grab the mouse. So, wouldn't it be cool if we could navigate through the forms in our database using just keyboard? Now, we could tab through, right? If you're on here, you could tab, and you can kind of barely see, which things were focused. But it'd be nice if you could make keyboard shortcuts for these buttons. So, design view. All right, customer list. Let's make the L a keyboard shortcut. So I'm going to put a little ampersand. Where are you? Ampersand right in front of that L. See that? All right, now it looks like that. Customer list, a little underscore under there. All right. Customer form, let's make that a C. And the customer with context, I don't know, let's use the W. Like that. Okay? Now, save it, close it, open it back up again right there. Okay? Now, to use those buttons, press the Alt key and then that key. So L, right? Alt L, boom, there's my customer list. See that? Now, you could make another custom close button over here and make like Alt X or whatever, the close. Or, just a little training, Control F4 will shut a form. Alt F4 shuts down an application. So Alt F4 will shut down all of Access. Control F4 will shut down that form. So Alt C, boom. And now you're in here and you can tab around, right? Do the same thing with these guys, right? Come in here. All right, we can make orders, Alt-O. We can make contacts in here, Alt-C. If you want to add a close button here, let me show you. Let's put it, it's usually in the upper right corner, right? So let's grab a command button, drop it up here. We're going to go Form Operations, Close Form. Next. And then we need text so we can use that. Let's make the text, let's do E. No, not exit. I'm going to do close, and then we'll do an ampersand X like that. So it looks like this. Okay, next. And then what name do you want to give it? Close form. And there we go. So there's our close, like that. Sorry, put it right. Oh, that's too far. Right about there. Come on, come here. All right. Or you could probably just put the X by itself, but that's okay. You get the point, right? So now Alt-C and then Alt-X. If you're a keyboard freak, right? Alt-W. Whoops. Now I hit the Alt by itself. This I cover in some of my other lessons. You can actually use just the Alt key by itself to navigate through all of the menus up top too. So if I hit just Alt, don't press Alt-C, just hit Alt and let it go. It goes up to the ribbon, right? And now C for create, and then TN or P for parts or FD for form design. Okay, so it's designed for people who just want to use the keyboard or people with disabilities. And guess what? I've got a video for how to do that too. The quick tip shortcut keys to navigate the ribbon. I got videos for everything, people. All right, so there's your super duper shortcut. Right? That's pretty cool, huh? If you want to learn more, in the extended cut, I show a cool menuing trick that I use in a lot of my databases. That's how to make another form open up just to the right of the form that calls it. So for example, from your main menu, you can click your customer form button, and the customer form will automatically always open up to the right of the main menu form, no matter where the main menu form happens to be. So if you move it down, it'll move down with it, for example. All right, that's all covered in the extended cut. Silver members and up get access to all of my extended cut videos. How do you become a member? Click the join button below the video. After you click the join button, you'll see a list of all the different types of membership levels that are available. Silver members and up will get access to all of the extended cut tech help videos, live video and chat sessions, and more. Gold members get access to a download folder containing all the sample databases that I build in my tech help videos, plus my code vault where I keep tons of different functions that I use. Platinum members get all the previous perks plus access to my full beginner courses and some of my expert courses. These are the full-length courses found on my website, and not just for Access. I also teach Word, Excel, Visual Basic, ASP, and lots more. But don't worry, these free tech help videos are going to keep coming. As long as you keep watching them, I'll keep making more. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and feel free to post any comments that you have. I do read them all. Make sure you subscribe to my channel, which is completely free, and click the bell icon and select all to receive notifications when new videos are posted. Click on the Show More link below the video to find additional resources and links. You'll see a list of other videos, additional information related to the current topic, free lessons, and lots more. YouTube no longer sends out email notifications when new videos are posted, so if you'd like to get an email every time I post a new video, click on the link to join my mailing list. Now, if you have not yet tried my free Access Level 1 course, check it out now. It covers all the basics of building databases with Access. It's over 3 hours long. You can find it on my website or on my YouTube channel. And if you like Level 1, Level 2 is just $1. And it's also free for all members of my YouTube channel at any level. Want to have your question answered in a video just like this one? Visit my Tech Help page and you can send me your question there. Click here to watch my free Access Beginner Level 1 course, more of my Tech Help videos, or to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching this video from AccessLearningZone.com.